Hello guys, welcome to this video tutorial on Python automation. So in this particular video, we are going to automate sending SMS to mobile numbers. So in any country, wherever the person may be, you can actually write a Python script that can send SMS to this particular mobile number. Once you specify the number, so the country does not matter wherever the person may be. So our Python scripts can actually send these messages to this particular person. So let me give you the concept of why this is interesting. So let's assume that he wants to send SMS to a particular person, maybe your friend, your girlfriend, or boyfriend. So he just wants to automate the message. I want to be sending this message every 6 a.m. in the morning or every 7 a.m. in the morning. So I just maybe probably like a greeting message, like good morning message. So what I'm going to do is to write this particular script. All right. So I don't need to be executing the script manually every 7 a.m. in the morning for this particular message to be sent. So what I'm going to do is just to write a Python script that can do this for us. All right. So this Python script, after we have written it, it will be hosted online. So every 7 a.m. in the morning, this message will be sent. All right. Even though that's 7 a.m. in the morning, you may probably be sleeping or maybe you are in the office, so it doesn't matter, but our script will still run and this message will still be delivered to the person. All right. So assuming that you want to be sending this message every 10 p.m. or every 9 p.m. every day. All right. So you can actually automate it this way using Python. So that is the essence of this particular video tutorial. So, and in this video tutorial, so we are going to group this project into different categories. So the first thing we are going to do is to sign up on Twilio. So Twilio is what we are going to use to send this particular message. So you can just go to your browser and type twilio.com. So if you go to Twilio, sign up on Twilio, create a free account on Twilio. So there are basically two kinds of accounts that you can have on Twilio, the free account and the premium account. You can create the free account, then upgrade it to premium account. So but for the sake of this project, we are going to use a free account. All right, but if you want to use this real life scenario, you can upgrade it to premium account. All right, but the free account we are going to use will still help us and do whatever we want to do as far as this project is concerned. So once you go to Twilio, sign up on Twilio, then you need to configure your account. All right, you need to configure your account so that you can make use of Twilio to send messages. So once you create a Twilio account, you are going to have what is called authentication ID and authentication token. So those authentication ID and authentication token, you'll be needing them while writing your script. So without your authentication ID and authentication token, then this will not work. So it's very important that you note your authentication ID and authentication token, and these are something that you should keep away from others. All right, so it is a sensitive information, so and you need to keep it away from others, and it just belongs to you. So when you sign up, you get your authentication ID and authentication token. Will be needing this for this particular project. All right, I want to show you something on Twilio. I've already signed in on Twilio. So if you come to Twilio console, all right, you can see the Twilio console here. So once you come to this particular place, there are a couple of things that you need to do. So if you come to Twilio console, the first thing you are going to do here, you click on these phone numbers here on that Twilio console. Then you can see developers. You can see this. Then come to phone numbers. All right, you can see messaging. You can see messaging here, right? So in this messaging, you have to do a couple of things. All right, you have to do a couple of things here. Then you can click manage. Here you can see your active number. If I click here, I will see the active numbers I've already registered on Twilio. Okay, if I want to release the phone numbers or the numbers I have, you can actually click here. You can click here to buy a mobile number. Then you can verify your caller IDs here. Now note this, if you are using a free account, you need to verify these caller IDs for this Twilio to send messages to any number. All right, so that number you are going to be sending messages to need to be verified by Twilio. So that is like a kind of limitation on free accounts. So you need to come here, click on this verified caller IDs and add the number that you want to verify or you will sending the messages to. This is just a limitation of the free account. So if you don't do this, it's not going to work. All right, so you just come here and follow the on-screen guide and configure this. So that is basically what I want to show you. That is what you need to do. All right, once after you have done this, then the next thing we are going to do here is to write our Python script. We need to write the script that will be sending these messages using our Twilio account. All right, so it's just like an API call. So we'll be calling this, write the script, and the script will be doing the work at the time interval we specify. So if we say, okay, this script should be running every 7 a.m., then we'll be using our Twilio account and credentials to be doing this. That is why you need to keep your authentication ID and authentication token of your Twilio very safe. Then after we have written this Python script, then the next thing we are going to do on this project is to go to our AWS EC2 Linux instance and deploy this script there. So this script will be running on this AWS EC2 instance. All right, so this is actually what we need to do. Okay, this is what we need to do in this particular case. So let's go straight and start coding the Python script. So we start writing our code right now. We have to write the script that we're doing this. So it's going to be very simple script. All right, so it's not a complicated one. So all we just need to do is to write just a few lines of code and everything will start working very fine. But before you start writing the code, you need to install Twilio. All right, you need to install Twilio on the machine where this particular script will run. You need to install Twilio. So if you don't have Twilio on that machine, then this is not going to work. So what we are going to do is just go to your CLI of the machine you are working with, then pip install Twilio. As simple as that, or pip3 install Twilio. So this will install Twilio on your machine. So after Twilio has been installed, then we proceed to write the code. All right, we proceed to write the code. So this is all about writing a script. So this is a script that can help to send an automated message to a mobile number. So that is what we are going to do. This is just a comment to tell you what we are going to do. So here now, I'm just importing the Twilio. Remember, you have installed the Twilio on your machine by now by using pip install Twilio or pip3 install Twilio. Once Twilio has been installed successfully, then the next thing to do here is to import Twilio on our script, because we need that Twilio to actually write this script. So in that case, assuming that we have installed Twilio, then proceed to import it. So what we are going to do for you to import it, what we are going to do is from Twilio, all right, from Twilio import. What are we importing from Twilio? We are just importing client. So client is what will help us to send the message. So from Twilio import what is called client. All right, so from Twilio import, sorry, not from Twilio, we are going to say from Twilio.rest API. All right, from Twilio.rest, because the client is in this Twilio.rest. So Twilio.rest imports client. You can see it now. So import client. All right, so after importing that Twilio client, so what are we going to do? So Twilio client, we needed just two parameters: the authentication ID and your authentication token. That is why I say that you need to have authentication ID and authentication token. So because we needing this authentication ID and authentication token, what I'm going to do here is to store them on a variable, and after I will make use of it. All right, so I can just say here authentication ID is equals to. So I'm not putting my authentication ID here because these are sensitive information, but just know that in your own case, while you are coding this, just copy your authentication ID from Twilio and paste it here. Alright, so before I run this script, I will paste mine here. Alright, but that should be off camera, so I'll paste mine here, but that is what we are going to do. Another thing to do here is we are going to create our authentication SID, a variable to store that. So in that case, I can just say authentication SID, all right, which is like your authentication token. In that case, we store it on this variable. So on your own case, just copy that and paste on this place. So I'm not pasting mine here. So then after that, you have captured your authentication ID and authentication SID and store them on these variables. Then the next thing to do is to create our client. All right, the client object variable. So what I'm going to do here is this. I'll just say, okay, let's just give a variable called message client. Message client is equals to, then remember we have imported this client here from the Twilio.rest. So what I'm going to do is to call this client right now. And remember I told you before that this client will have two parameters. Alright, what are the parameters? Authentication ID and authentication SID. So I'll just call the client right away. I'll say client. Okay, so then passing the two parameters we said before, which is our authentication SID and authentication ID. Authentication SID and authentication ID. So these are the two things that the client will have. Okay, so and we are storing that on the message client. Then after that, the next thing to do here is to create the message body. That is the body of the message we'll be sending to the person or to the recipient of our message. So for us to create the body of the message, what we're going to do here is to use that message client variable here. That is the message client variable here. We are going to now say message body, that is the body of the message. You can call it any variable. So message body, all right, so is equals to message body is equals to, then what I'm going to do here is to call that message client variable before. You can say message client, all right, dot messages. You can see that dot create. So we'll create that. Then this are going to have, this particular thing here is going to have three different parameters, or there are different variables we are going to create under this create messages.create. So what we are going to do here is the body of the message. So what is the body of the message? How do we want the message to appear to the person if it is sent? All right, so you can say body is equals to, so what do you want to be on that message? So you can write anything, assuming that you want to send it to your girlfriend or your lover. So what I'm going to do, I can just say hello dear, whatever. You can just type anything. I just want to check up on you today. I hope you are good. So let's assume that this is what we want to send to the person, that is the message body. Then the next thing that we are going to create here is from where is this message coming from. So which phone number, which mobile number is this message coming from? So we need to tell to your client that. So in that case we say from underscore, all right, then equals to. So and in that case I'm just going to specify uh, we need to put comma here. Yep. So in this case, we are going to specify where this will be coming from. All right. So which mobile number is this coming from? So in this case, I have a phone number already verified on Twilio. So Twilio phone number. So you can also get your own phone number there. If you go to Twilio, click try message. All right. Let me show you what I mean. So if you come to Twilio now, you can see from here, you can verify your caller ID, you can type a number here and whatever. Then if you want to get a free phone number, just come to messaging, try it out. If you click try it out and follow the on-screen guide, then you are going to get a free mobile number you can use for this test also. So I have a free phone number there. So in that case, I'm just going to add um, the phone number is +18124725162. So that is the phone number. Okay, so after you have specified the phone number, the Twitter phone number. In that case, let me just write a comment here. This should be your Twitter phone number or mobile number, whatever the case may be. So after that, the next thing we are going to specify in this place is to which number are we sending this to where are we sending this to. So in that case, you just write to where are we sending it. Okay, so we are going to send this to any number. Right, and specify the number. Let's just send this to this particular phone number or any number at all. So you can specify the phone number you want to send it here. All right, so after specifying the phone number that you are sending it to, then we want to know if this code is actually working fine. All right, so in this case, you can just say print this particular message body here. All right, we want to print this message body here. We want to verify if this was actually sent, if it was sent successfully. In that case, I'll say message body dot sid. That is the sid of the message we are sending. So if we see this, then it means that message has been sent successfully. I'll just write print, in this case, message sent successfully. All right, so once we see this, it means that the message has been sent to the recipient, to the receiver successfully. All right, so this is just the code you need. You don't need complex code. So this is just a simple code that we need to be sending this particular message to the person. Probably every morning we will just say, hello dear, I just want to check up on you today. I hope you are good. All right, you can write anything at all, whatever you want to appear on the body of the message, you can write it here. Okay, so I am actually going to run this script offline of camera so that I will show you the outcome of this message. I don't want to specify the mobile number here. I don't want to specify authentication ID because of security reasons. Then you can actually specify that when you are testing this code out. Specify that here, your authentication ID, authentication SID. Then put the phone number. You can actually add your phone number here, but make sure that the phone number you are adding here, if you are using a free account, must have been verified here. I'm going to show you again. It must have been verified here. Verify caller IDs. The phone number you are going to be sending this message on free account should be verified here. So if you want to send it on your own mobile number just to test this code, come to this particular place, click verify caller IDs and add your mobile number here. So once it is verified, then Twilio can actually send the message. But this does not happen in premium account. Just because we are using a free account, that is why we need to add that mobile number we want to send the message to this place and verify it. All right, so that's just what we need to do. Okay, so let's check out our code and check the output if you are going to receive the message. Okay, Okay, so this is the screenshot of the message delivered on my phone right now. As you can see that, okay. So it said sent from your Twilio trial account. And remember the message body, what we wrote on the body of the message was, hello dear, I just want to check up on you today. I hope you are good. And if you remember the phone number I specified then, it was this phone number which I said I got from Twilio account, free account. All right, so you can see that everything is working out fine right now. Okay, everything is working out fine now. So what we are going to do now is to copy this particular code. We want to deploy this script on Amazon EC2 instance. All right, so we want to deploy this script there so that at a particular point in time, this script will be running. So what we're going to do now is to actually log into our EC2 Linux instance and deploy this particular script. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to navigate there and deploy this script. So this is where we are right now. So I'm going to log in. I'm going to log into my EC2 instance. Log into my EC2 instance. So I have logged into my Amazon EC2 instance where I'm to deploy this particular script. Alright, but before then, I just want to show you something. Some of the folders that have been created here. So Python script tutorial. Let's just create a folder where our script will reside. So in that case, I'm just going to write make directory, then Twilio. You can give yours any name. So we have created a directory. If you check that now, you can see that Twilio directory is there. So I will have to navigate to that directory. So what I'm going to do is cd. We need to navigate there. Cd Twilio. So we are already on the Twilio. So if you check here, there is no file here. So what I'm going to do now is to make a file. I want to create a file here where I'm going to put my script. All right, so in that case, what we are going to do here is we can use nano, vim, whatever text editor that you want. So I'll just say nano Twilio dot, I can say Twilio script, wherever, Twilio script dot py. So that is the name of our script. All right, so we have created a new file, so we need to copy our script and paste here. Okay, so in that case, I'll go back to my code editor and copy this particular thing here, copy everything here, then copy. All right, then I'll go back to my terminal here and paste it. Say yes. So we paste it on this particular terminal, then we save this file. Remember, before you run this, remember to put your authentication ID and authentication SID. I have removed all these things because of security reasons. All right, so but before you deploy this script, before you run this script, you need to put your authentication ID, SID, and to the phone number you are sending this to. Okay, so I'll save this particular file here by writing Control X, then yes, then enter. Yes. So we have actually saved the file right now. So but on this particular machine, this AWS EC2 instance where I want to host this particular script, currently there is no Twilio that is installed here. Okay, so I need to install Twilio here. If I don't install Twilio here, that means that this script is not going to run. So how do I install Twilio here? I'm going to say sudo come and say sudo pip3 install Twilio. All right, so let's click enter. So Twilio has been installed. The version of Twilio installed is 7.6.0. So it has been installed on this machine. So without this Twilio being installed, that script we wrote will not run. It will not work. All right. So, and before you can make use of pip here, you also need to install Python on this particular machine in case you just created new EC2 Linux instance. You just have to install Python, all the necessary packages we need here, and install Twilio. So because I have installed Twilio here, then that means our script can run. All right. Remember, our script, we have actually created this file, twiloscript.py, and we copied the code we wrote before to this particular script file here. Alright, so what we are doing now is to ensure that this script that is on this file, twiloscript.py, will be executed at a particular time. Okay, so if we say every 7 a.m. in the morning, that this every 7 a.m. every day that this script needs to run, then what it implies is that we need to do something here. So what are we going to do? We are going to use what is called cron jobs. All right, we use cron jobs on this machine to actually execute this script at every interval of time. So, but before we do that, let's see where our Python is installed on this machine. Let's check where our Python is installed. So, I say which Python 3. Let's see the directory where Python 3 is installed on this machine. Is installed on the user bin Python 3. Okay, so and remember, let's check our present working directory. Where are we right now? So gwd, so we are on home EC2 users. So okay, let's do ls and see that our script is actually on this particular directory here. So that is where our script is. So I'm just going to write something now. I'm going to copy the part of the Python 3. So I'm not going to execute this script here, but this command here, but I'm just trying to use it later. So our Python is located at user bin Python 3. That is the location of our Python. Then where we are currently, our present working directory is at home EC2 user. So I'll just write home, then EC2 user. Alright, so that is where we are currently. Then the name of our script, here is twiloscript.py. So in this case, we now say twilo script.py. So that is where we are currently. Okay, so I'm not going to run this command here. I just want to copy it out. Okay, I want to copy this command, copy. All right, so we don't need it actually here, but I'm going to use it very soon. That is why I'm copying it here. So once you have gotten the part where your Python is located and where our script is located, then the next thing to do is to actually implement executing this script at a particular point in time, that at every interval of time, then this script needs to run. And we say that we're going to use what is called cron jobs on this machine, and this is applicable on Linux machines. So for us to get into the cron jobs, what we're going to do is make use of this command called cron tab -e. So we are creating a new cron job. All right, so cron tab -e. So click enter. We are going to see the cron tab here has been opened. These are the cron jobs I have already. So in your case, if you don't have a cron job running, so you might likely not see something like this. Okay, because I have this particular script being run at this particular time interval. That is why we have something like this here. So once we are here, then press I on your keyboard, then we will now be on the insert mode. Okay, as we're in insert mode now, we can actually put our Python script here. You know, I have copied the directory already before. So what I'm going to do now is to put that our directory just like here. Then what does all these things actually stand for? This number here stands for the number of minutes, then this number here stands for the number of hour, then this one here stands for the number of days, this one here stands for the number of months, and this one here stands for the number of year. So what is this particular script or this particular command here doing. So this thing says this script needs to be executed at every 20:00. That means every 8 p.m. every 8 p.m. of every day that we need to execute this script. Do you understand? So this 20 here means 8 p.m. every day. Then this star means every day. This star here means every month. Then this asterisk here or star, whatever you call it, this one means every year. So it means that at every 8 p.m. this script should run. Alright, let's assume that we want to be sending this message. The message that we have actually written, we have wrote the script. So what we are going to do here is we are saying, okay, every 7 a.m. we want to send that particular message to the person. So what am I going to do here? I'll say, okay, the minute should be 0. All right. Then since we are taking 7 a.m., specify 7 here. Then and it should be done every day. All right. Then we specify asterisk there, meaning every day. Then specify asterisk again here means at every month. Then specify asterisk here, then mean every year. So what this is saying is, okay, every 7 a.m. just run this script. Then what is the script we are running? I've already copied a path to our Python and our file before, so I'm just pasting it here. We just paste it here. Or okay, it's not there, but I can just write it. Okay, so our Python is located as the user, then bin Python 3. Alright, then is located at home. Home. Then EC2 user. Then the name of our script then was Twilio underscore script .py. So that is basically what we need. So once we save this file, then it means that every 7 a.m. this script is going to be executed. Alright, so for us to save this file, press escape on your keyboard, then press shift key, shift colon, alright, shift then colon. Once you press shift colon, then you type WQ, press enter. It has been saved. So and that's all. Alright, that is just what we need in this particular case. Then one more thing I want to actually remind you again is, if you want this script to continue running, even if you host this on a local machine where you have internet access, it's not must that is you should host it on AWS EC2 instance. Even if it's on a local machine that has internet access, then this script will still run by doing this, by carrying out all these things that we have talked about. However, I want a situation whereby if I close this particular tab here, this script will continue to run. So in that case, you will need to use what is called TMOS. So TMOS is what can help you that even if the tab here is closed, then this script will still continue to run. Alright, so in that case, what I'm going to do here is to use TMOS here. Alright, is write TMOS just like this, TMOS, press enter. Okay, then you can just type again prompt tab -e, then press enter. Then you can just save. As simple as that. As simple as that. Even if this is closed, any script here is not much is counter, but any other script that you use TMOS this way, even if you close this, the script will continue to run. So that is basically what I wanted to show you here. So something that you need to remember on this tutorial is, if you go to Twilio, you need to specify your authentication ID and authentication SID. You need to verify the phone number, the mobile number that you'll be sending the message to. If you are using a free account, you need to go to the Twilio dashboard and verify that phone number, otherwise it's not going to work. So that is it. So if you actually have the resources, you can upgrade your account to premium account and you can send unlimited messages to any person anywhere to any country. All right, so this is basically what I wanted to show you in this tutorial. So feel free to like this particular video and subscribe. I will keep on dropping projects related to Python on this channel. So this channel is all about projects related to Python. So subscribe and I will keep on posting videos like this. Thank you for watching. Bye.